Court does call the case of People versus Jenny Lou.
Good morning. This is Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Ms. Lou. Ms. Lou, please state your name for the record.
Jenny Lou.
Okay, there you are. Okay, go ahead.
All right, before we even roll into this courtroom, pay attention, because what you're about to see isn't just sentencing. It's the emotional end of one defendant's long journey, the total collapse of another's chances, and the make-or-break moment for a third. 3 lives, 3 outcomes, one judge controlling all of it. Let's step inside.
Your Honor, today's the date and time set for sentencing. I did review the recommendation with Ms. Lou, and we ask that you adopt it. This is the last case that Ms. Lou has pending before this court. She is expected to be released in April after serving, I believe, 5 years in prison. While in prison, she's done a lot to improve herself and make her time there productive, engaging in things like mental health therapy and things like that. I do, again, ask that you adopt it, and I do wish Ms. Lou luck on whatever comes next for her.
Ms. Lou, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence?
Already, the tone is calm, respectful, and almost gentle, which tells you this case has history. Judges don't get this relaxed unless they've seen a defendant many times, watched their progress, and finally reached the point where the file is closing for good.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Sentence of the court, statutory fees of $125, 365 days in jail, credit for 365 served. And I would join counsel. Ms. Lou, we're going to miss you. I don't know how many times I've seen you before.
And that right there, we're going to miss you. That's not something you hear every day. Legally, the judge is delivering a straightforward closure. Time served, case closed. But emotionally, she's acknowledging a long path of mistakes, growth, and now finally release. Moments like this remind you that courtrooms aren't always cold. Sometimes they're painfully human.
All right.
I know, right? It's been a journey.
Once you're released, I wish you all of the best. Right.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, take care.
You too, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of the People versus.
Now watch the energy shift. The moment the judge realizes the defendant isn't present, everything changes. This is the courtroom equivalent of an instant vibe drop. And legally, it's a disaster. When a defendant misses sentencing, the court assumes one thing: irresponsibility. And judges don't play with that.
Cameron Reeves.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Kay on behalf of Mr. Reeves, Your Honor, who I do not believe is present unless he is on Zoom.
I don't see.
Your Honor, I'm not sure where he is, and I unfortunately don't have an failure to appear. I did make numerous attempts to try to reach him prior to the day's sentencing. It is my understanding he did complete the interview and there was a PSI completed. I also did an interview as well with his mother. Unfortunately, I did not have an explanation for his failure to appear. Request the record.
And Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Reeves did complete the PSI. However, Mr. Reeves does have a history of not.
That probation officer didn't waste a second. Notice how fast the recommendation turned into a bench warrant? That's because Cameron has a history. And in legal terms, past failures to appear make the court lose all trust. The $5,000 bond with 10% privilege isn't random. That's the system tightening the grip on someone who keeps slipping away.
Appearing before this court, probation would request a report.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set on a $5,000. I'll give a 10% privilege. There haven't been previous warrants. This warrant will issue immediately. Court does call the case of the People versus Julian Tehran.
Is that Tehran, Your Honor?
Yes, Tehran. Tehran, I'm sorry.
Now look at the contrast. Julian is present, prepared, and responsive, even fixing his audio like he's in a job interview. When defendants show respect and readiness, judges respond differently. This case immediately feels lighter, more cooperative, and much more hopeful.
Good morning. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Tehran. Mr. Tehran, please state your name for the record. Say it again, Mr. Tehran. You sound really faint to us.
Here, let me try again. Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better, sir.
Okay, Julian Tehran.
Thank you.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing. We did the pre-sentence report and do not have any material changes, additions, or deletions. We do ask that you adopt the sentence recommendation. Regarding the restitution, my client did inform me he's planning on coming up. I did inform him the restitution needs to be paid in person in cash. He is planning on coming up to the court to pay $330 today in person. As for the rest, he is planning on paying in installments if the court allows.
Jabron, anything you want to say before I impose that?
I'd just like to echo Lauren said. I'm be coming to the court to make a payment. I'd hope I'd receive probation, and I'm happy to comply with making payments for the restitution. That's it.
On count 4, it's the larceny 200 to 1,000. It's a sentence of the court, 24 months probation, $555 fines and court costs, $720 probation oversight fees, and $6,030.
Here's where the legal strategy becomes obvious. Julian's attorney emphasizes payment, responsibility, and cooperation. 3 things courts love. Restitution paid in cash, same day? That's basically Julian walking and saying, I messed up, but I'm fixing it. And that effort will save him months of jail time.
Restitution to Tetra Tech payable through the court. How were you intending on paying that, sir?
I spoke with the probation officer, and I was going to make monthly payments of about $330. I forgot the exact number, but it's around that ballpark per month. And I have a job.
So you're going to pay you're going to come up today and pay how much?
I believe about $330 it is.
All right.
Redone.
I'll put you're going to pay $330 today. That is going to be paid in cash. That goes to the restitution. And then I will indicate a payment plan as arranged by probation, right, for that amount. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete a theft class. You're to do that within the next 90 days. You are to complete 25 hours of community service as directed by probation. There is no going to Tetra Tech on Oak Valley Drive in Ann Arbor, Michigan. You're to maintain employment with proof to probation. I'll order 365 days in jail. Credit 2, the balance is suspended. On count 5, 24 months probation. You're to pay $455 fines and court costs. That will be wrapped into your payment plan through probation. You're to comply with all terms that I set forth in count 4. I'll order 90 days in jail. Credit 2, the balance is suspended. Thank you, sir.
Everything the judge lists here, the payment plan, random testing, mandatory classes, and community service. This is a classic structured probation setup. And the judge is watching closely. Fail even one requirement, and those suspended jail days come crashing back down. But if Julian sticks to it, he walks out with his freedom and a clean chance to rebuild.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case People versus Justin Tittle.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Tittle, who appears via Zoom. Sir, can you please unmute and state your name for the court?
Justin Tittle.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the date and time set for sentencing. I have had the opportunity to review the PSI with Mr. Tittle, and we've got no material changes or corrections. And as to the sentencing recommendation, would be respectfully requesting this court to adopt it.
And now we head into the final case and notice something important. Every defendant today shaped their own outcome. Jenny walked in redeemed. Cameron didn't walk in at all and paid the price. Julian walked in ready to correct his mistakes and earned structure instead of punishment. That's the real lesson here. In court, your preparation can literally rewrite your future.